I know you can hear me. Ha ha ha. Now you can hear me. Yeah, I know you can hear me now. It's just the way my day's going, guys. And I owe everybody an apology because I waited till the last moment. And I mean, it could happen any time now. But I think you can hear me now. You should be able to hear me now. Let me just double check, make sure my audio is coming through on YouTube. Yeah, audio should be coming through on YouTube now. But anyways, damn. So my fault. This is kind of a first for me. But I was planning to build and print, and I was so excited today because I've never used a Delta printer before. And my goal was to have a live stream tonight building and printing the Flsun Q5. And I had the desk all ready for it. Look at that. I had my notes all ready for it. I had my tools all ready for it, my close-up glasses, you name it. I had everything ready for it, except I have no printer. I have ordered a lot of stuff from Amazon in the past, parts, printers, you name it. I've bought a lot of Amazon, not only for here, for my studio here, for home, and for my business. I probably spend $10,000 a year on Amazon. And to this day, whenever I get a guaranteed delivery date, and especially when my status says out for delivery, I've always gotten my package, always. And I usually get it by between 4 and 5 o'clock. I can almost set my watch to when the driver comes around to my house. But today, nothing. So, and the other, it happens, but it's just so disappointing. But today, the other real annoying thing for me, and again, this is on me, and this is a lesson that I will learn for doing live broadcasts on YouTube, is I have no backup plan. I was so confident that this thing was coming in that I don't have a backup plan even. So I'm sitting here. I thought, should I just put out a notice that says canceled? But I thought, no, I need to face you guys, all 8 of you, right now, and that's why I changed the description on the title to it didn't show up, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't expect there's going to be many people coming on tonight for this, but it happens, and there's nothing I can do about it. Now I am streaming from StreamYards, so I can put a link if anybody wants to join. We can just have a little bit of a shoot the shit session, or whatever. I'm more than willing to do that, but I really have nothing to stream about. I am printing parts for our next robot project, which is the T-Do robot. I'm sure all of you guys have seen that robot project happening. So I have printed. Oh, come on. Some parts for that guy. So this is basically going to be the head, and then the front of the head kind of goes on like this. And then I decided last second I'm going to print. So this is the eye. It's going to go on him there. So I decided, instead of painting this one this time, because my painting skills suck, that's the eye, and that's the another little doomer thingy that sort of goes on the front there. I think I'm going to just print him in different color filaments. So I'm actually reprinting the head now, right over here behind me on the Prusa, in silk copper, because I think it's going to look good. So instead of painting, I'm going to print the parts in specific colors. And then there's a little chest plate that goes on them. So yeah, this is the next robot project, and we're going to be streaming live. There's 5 of us going to be streaming live on Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 p.m. Pacific Time. That's going to be myself, 3D Printing and Painting Jerry, Tripods Garage John, Sam Prentice, and Marcus. What's Marcus's? He's usually on here. But yeah, so there's going to be 4 or 5 of us streaming live on Friday regarding the new droid build. So, and that's another one of Michael Badadley. I butcher his name, one of his droids. So, but yeah, unfortunately, damn, I really wanted to build my Delta, and you know what's going to happen? Marcel, thank you, Marcel. Thanks, Marcus. I'm having a bad day today because my Delta didn't show up. So, I really wanted to print that Delta, build that Delta tonight. But guess what I'm doing next week? So, anyways, so I have some parts printing, as I say, for this new guy. I've actually got half a leg built for it. This new guy is going to have a track on it. So this track was printed in TPU. And then basically it's driven by a servo that's mounted inside here. And then the other leg is going to go on the side, and then this is going to attach to the body, et cetera, et cetera. So it's going to look pretty cool, because I decided to do the sides of the track in silver, silk silver, and I got the other ones actually just, let's go have a peek here. There, they just finished like 5 minutes ago printing on my Prusa Mini. The other set of legs for the other side of that track. So pretty cool. And then I have the other right over here, the other track, which was printed on the MK3 Prusa in TPU. My first time printing something successful in TPU. So yeah, it's going to be, it is going to be really fun. So, but again, for those of you that just joined us, unfortunately, my Delta printer did not show up. I say Amazon let me down, but in a sense, I've let you guys down, because lesson learned, I suppose, although this will happen again. I should wait till I have the actual printer in hand before I schedule a stream for it. But as I say, Amazon Prime and all the times I've ordered from them have never let me down. They've always delivered when they say they were going to deliver. So this is a first for me. So Anycubic Predator, 370 by 440. That is huge. The Anycubic Predator. Let me check and see what that budget that falls in. Let me just see if I go to anycubic.com. Let me look up the Predator. The Predator. Oh, that's not bad. $5.19. Only available in the EU. Only available in the EU. Is that a new one then? Is the Predator new, or is it some? Yeah, that's weird because only available in the EU on their site. But if I were to go to Amazon, let's just check this out. Amazon.ca, because that's where I am. Anycubic Predator. Let's see. No, we're not showing up on Amazon.ca. The Predator. Nope. But I like the sound of that. The price is reasonable. Haha. You got it off Amazon last year. I wonder if they're discontinuing it. Hey, Joe. How you doing? Well, the title says it all there, Joe. As I've been telling people, my Delta didn't show up. Should have waited till it showed up to schedule the stream, but I didn't. So lesson learned. And it kind of sucks when you have a live stream scheduled and your printer doesn't show up. But Spool 3D had them last year. Oh, did they? Oh. Spool #D. You had the caps. You had your caps button hit there. Let's see if Spool 3D has any deltas here right now. Can I share this screen with you guys? Let's just see. I wonder if I can do this. If I hit this button, rate, overhead record, stream. How come I can't share my screen with you guys? I should be able to. Let's see. Screen. There we are. I think this will share the screen. Let's see. If I do this and do this. Which screen am I sharing? Ooh. I think I did the same thing as I did last time. There we are. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make sure I'm sharing the right screen with you. It didn't. Look at that. There we go. Yeah, so let's just see what these guys have. 3D printers. And we'll go filament. Do they have the Delta in here still? No, they're out of stock. Look at everything they're out of stock on there. It's incredible. 3D Print Viking, you've been MIA for February and have renos done on your place. That's okay. That's a good reason. Look at everything that's out of stock. People are buying a lot. They used to have a lot of stock in here, but it doesn't look like they have any Deltas. Nope. Out of stock, and pre-order, of course, on the high priced ones. They're pre-order. Flashforge Gilded 2, no, out of stock. They're probably even out of stock on my Flashforge that I have. Let's see. I have the the Creator 3. They're out of stock on that too. Wow, they only have 2 printers in stock. Is that ever surprising for them? Wow. So, phooey. Yeah, I know, Joe, and I apologize, man. So, at least I know they've got a week to get it to me so I can do it next week. I want to do it live just because it's kind of, Deltas are really fascinating as far as I'm concerned, and I want to do it live just to sort of, I've never opened one yet, let alone touched one before, so it's going to be interesting to see how well it goes on a live stream. So. But in the meantime, I've just been printing parts for the upcoming robot build that we're doing for the new robot, the Tidu. Yeah. But, and I was thinking mid-afternoon, I'm thinking, man, it hasn't shown up yet. 5 o'clock, it hadn't shown up yet. Should I go on and cancel the stream? And, I even got a haircut for it. Man, that light is bright on the top of my head. Let's see, what if I do this? I don't know. I got to figure out my lighting here a bit better yet. So I tidied up. I showered. I got a haircut for it all. Mind you, cut my own hair, but yeah, it was so disappointing. So anyways, figure we can have a chat. I don't know what we can chat about. I'm now basically what I'm going to do. I am running on StreamYard right now, so I can invite folks in. So let me put a link if anybody wants to come in and chat, and we can just maybe turn this into a little bit of a chat and one of those little get-togethers that they do. So, hey, Chris. Yeah, I did watch some Flsun assembly videos, Marcus. I did for sure. I watched Jerry's video just the other day, and I watched a couple other ones. I watched one stream that basically trashed the thing, and then I watched some other ones that just praised the thing. And so I don't let negative streams and negative reviews sway me one way or the other. I buy it. If it's total garbage, I send it back. If I like it and I like what it does and it's going to help me with what I do, I keep it. So I'll but I do watch the streams for little tips and tricks and what to watch for. So yeah. Uncle Shiny Head. I like that, Joe. I could actually, well, in Hollywood they would have a they'd have a powder thing on my head so that there'd be little less glare on it. But I got a light straight up above me. I've got a light straight beside me, and I do have a light off camera behind me, but you can't see it. But I haven't turned that one on. So lighting is a whole other. It's a different issue when I have a busy background here, and so I'm not really. I'm not studio savvy. Your Prusa satin sheets came in today. Oh, cool. Satin sheets. Is that you mean like the smooth sheets, or is it which sheets are they? Are they new? I've not heard of that, Chris. But I'm going to put a link up here. Copy. God only made us. Oh, actually, you know what? I can do this. I can go like this on this because I'm actually on. I keep forgetting I'm on StreamYard and I can show the comments. I like that. So I'm going to put a link up here. Can I paste that link in here on YouTube? I can. So anybody wants to pop on, feel free. And I'm going to pin that to the top. There we go. So yeah, if anybody wants to come on, we'll just do a bit of a chat. Again, it's unfortunate I can't build a printer tonight, but we can chat. If anybody wants to see 25 hours left in your Iron Man helmet print. Wow. That's a long print. 2 full spools. Wow. I've got the only thing I have printing. I have 3 printers going today. The only thing I have printing right now. Whoops. Oh, just dropping a bunch of pieces. I have this piece for the droid coming up. The white. It's hard to see in the camera there. There we go. I have this piece printing in silk bronze on the Prusa back there, because I just decided instead of painting this time, I'm just going to print all my pieces in different colors. So here we go. Yeah, so even though I printed a bunch of white pieces already, because I jumped the gun, I decided I got lots of different silk filaments from Irion. So I'm going to reprint them all in different silk colors and try and come up with just a silky colored robot. That worked out really well on my little, on my first little droid back here that you can see in the red. That was in the Prusa Pet G Carmine Red, which is a silk filament. So we're gonna try that. All the interior parts I can keep; they'll be fine. But I'll just redo the exterior ones. 117-hour print. Wow. That's a long print. A very light texture to it. Okay, so it's sort of in between the, that would be in between their textured sheet and their smooth PEI sheet, I would assume. I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to go on there and maybe try that. So, oh, thank you, Radioactive. I appreciate that. It's kind of my fault in a way. I mean, in the past, when I've done a live stream build, I've had the printer in hand. As a matter of fact, I've had 2 or 3 printers sitting in the back just waiting to go. But I just took a chance this time that Amazon was going to come through like they always do. So, yeah. Oh, that's cool, Chris. I'm going to have to, while we're on here, nobody's joined the chat yet. So let's just go have a quick peek at this. Let's go back to sharing my screen, and then let's get back into here, and let's go to Prusa. Prusa. Printers.org. No. I just want to go here. We're going to go to the Prusa. Come on, mouse. So the thing with two screens is your mouse gets lost on one screen. Let's go back here. Come on. Ah, it's thinking. It's thinking. There we go. And spare parts, accessories. And we're going to go i3 accessories. Let's see what we got here. It's thinking. Okay, double-coated PEI textured powder sheet. Spring steel sheet with smooth double-sided PEI. Mini double-sided PEI powder-coated steel sheet. Oh, right here, new. Mini double-sided powder-coated satin sheet. Oh, out of stock. Come on. That's the one I assume you're talking about, Travis. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. And they have, looks like one for the double-sided powder-coated satin Spiral Sting sheet. Mini. Oh, one for the mini and the regular. And they're both sold out. Bummer. When are they going to come back in? Bimetallic heat breaks. Give me a second, I'll look, but temporarily out of stock. Oh, I'll have to try that. You have to let me know how that works, Chris. See if it's worth it. So that's $45 US. That's going to be about a $70, $65, $70 in Canada for me. So yeah, I'd definitely be interested in see how that works, because I'll definitely order one for both my printers. Experience on the bimetallic heat breaks. I don't think so. Not unless they're called something different. The only new heat break I've tried recently, hang on, my mic is giving me a little bit of, going to be a little mic noise here. There we go. The only heat break I've tried that's different. Here, since we're here, what the heck? I just put this Fadus Dragonfly in, the heat break. Okay, so no, this isn't going to be a bimetallic heat break, because this one, the heat break is just one metal. This has a dual or a bimetallic or whatever you want to call it. Oh no, that's the heat sink. Okay, so maybe this does have what you're talking about there. A pic of the print? Yeah, for sure. If you want to send me a pic of the print, I can. I'll fire it up here on the screen. Send it to dwit3dcanada@gmail.com, and I'll check my email and see if when that comes in. So let's open this up. Just give me, where's my knife? Here we go. Hey, Mark Baker. Oh my goodness, this is the first time you've come on one of my streams. Look at you. And you come on a stream that's not going to happen, in a sense. I was supposed to be building a Delta printer tonight, Mark, the Flsun Q5. And Amazon hooped me. They didn't deliver it on time. Yeah, I can type it out in chat for sure, because I don't care who has my email. It's public knowledge. dwit3dcanada@gmail.com. See if that lets me do it. There we are. Yeah. So this, so Slice Engineering has copperhead heat breaks, 2 en route. So the only difference, this heat break I got here, which is the Fadus Dragonfly, this has the heat break on this. So there's the heat sink. The heat break here is a dual metallic. Here, I'm under the. I thought I was under the close-up camera. So in here, from what I understand and read on this one, the heat break in here. Actually, you know what? Let me just strip this hot end down, since it gives me something to do, since I can't build a Delta printer. I'm so disappointed. So hang on, let's get this camera. There we go. Because the camera it's weird when I'm looking at the screen and trying to align things in the camera. They're kind of backwards. So just for the heck of it, let's strip this let's strip this hot end down. This hot end I threw on my Ender 3 V2, and it's working really well, other than I still have to fiddle with the fan speed on it. So basically this hot end is, we have our retainer clip for the Bowden coupler here. So this is just sort of a built-in Bowden coupler to the hot end there. So let me find my tiny little Allen wrench here. On my close-up, I'm going to keep an eye on the chat. You're printing Prusa sheet holder that will hold 5 sheets of filament, 5 sheets in filament 1 PLA. Oh, cool. Very cool. Okay, let's find, this is a tiny, tiny, tiny wrench for this one. Allen wrench, and I believe it's this one. So, oh, first guess, look at that. Okay, now these are the 2 grub screws for the heater cartridge and the thermistor. Now, oh, there they are, right down here. No, oh, so this is just basically, hang on. How is this held on? I didn't take one of these apart last time. Oh, I see. Oh, I gotta take the hot end off first. No, hold on. How did I get this apart last time? Because this is sort of a the heat break in this one. It's pressure fitted into here. Because this basically, yeah, the heat break is pressure fitted, and it's copper. It's a copper, dual copper alloy in there. You can see in the bottom there, if I catch the light on just the right angle here. Is this focusing? Oh, now I'm stuck with manually focusing this buggy. Hey, Gary. Yeah, it's a copper alloy heat break, but it's a dual metal heat break that goes up into the heat sink on this one. And I'm trying to remember how I took this apart last time. I don't want to wreck it, but what's the worst I can do? There we go. I can't do much worse than that. Look at that. So, okay, so here's the heat block, the heater block, which is really nice. It's actually it's got a good weight to it. So we have the thermistor cartridge holder there, and then we have the heater cartridge holder here. And they've got a nice unique design to it. So you see how it's sort of indented on the sides there. And that's basically to take a, I don't have the wrench here, it's back there, but basically it's to take the wrench, so you can put the wrench on there when you're tightening and loosening the nozzle. So it gives you somewhere to grip on there. So when that comes with each Prusa, we'll have a smooth textured and satin sheet. That's nice. I want to try that satin sheet for sure. So a couple little grub screws here. Oh, that's even too big. These are really tiny screws. So let me find, do I have a tinier wrench here? I must. That's not tinier. I don't know if I have a tiny enough wrench open. It comes with one actually here. It comes with a toolkit. So let's stop messing around with this. Let's just open this up. There's the nozzle. Oh, there's the nozzle it comes with. Hardened steel nozzle it looks like. And underneath here, I haven't decided what printer I want to throw this one on yet. I'll just keep it as a spare or as a demo thing. There we go. So this hot end comes with tightly packaged. Whoa! We don't want to lose these. It comes with these spare screws. Right there, you can see them compared to my finger. And it comes with these spare screws for people like me who tend to drop these things. So, and dropping one of those, good luck finding it. You'll think it bounces north and it bounces southwest. Oh, this is tight. I'll just have to repackage all this. So let me get all this out of here. Just want to show you what this comes with. I know I did a video on this earlier, but I'm just, I didn't strip this apart before. So we have our thermal paste. And then here we have all of our little tools and stuff it comes with. So yeah, this wrench that it comes with fits nicely just around that block right there. So when you're tightening the nozzle and loosening the nozzle, so you're not trying to grab a pair of pliers around your heat block and marking it up and stuff. So, and then it comes with, of course, the infamous little cartridge. This is the thermistor cartridge where you'd put your little ball cartridge in and it just slides in there and tightens in. So, okay, so this is going to be the tiny wrench I need to pop off the top of this. There we go. see if we can see this heat break that's in here. So this is those 2 tiny screws that they give you spare ones of right there. And I will pop off this other screw here. See, we went from a Delta build to a hot end disassembly here, but what the heck. So there's those. So then this top part comes off. Here we go. This is quite interesting. So there we go. So now here is your, this is a true all metal hot end, just as you can obviously see. So here is your heat sink. So down in the bottom of the heat sink, you can sort of see it's a little bit of a concave. You can't really see it on the camera at all, but you can see it on the heat. There's the heat break right here. So this is you can see it's copper for the most part. It's a copper, but you can see just in between at the bottom of the conical thing, there's a little bit of a silver. I'm not even sure what that would be, if that's another type of copper alloy, but this is definitely a dual metal heat break. So, and it's pretty cool actually, because your Bowden tube only comes down as far as about right there on it. And then your filament path, the balance of that is your filament path right down through. So definitely really cool. But there's nothing that holds the heat break into the heat sink other than the pressure of the conical. You've got the conical fit, and it's loose right now, but when this heats up, of course, as we know, when metal heats up, it expands, and that's going to tighten that fit on there. And the idea behind this is that you're getting better thermal transfer because you have a better surface area hitting the heat sink versus those ones that just go in and then you just tighten up with a grub screw or something like that. So this is making full contact with it. And then of course this piece here is what's holding it in place. If I could get this back on, let's just see. Oh, I see. It only goes on one way. Because there's a square fitting doomerhickey there. So let's put this back in. Let's get these tiny screws back in. Let's reassemble this just because it's killing time. And again, if anybody wants to pop on, chat, you're welcome to. Mark Baker, if you're still there and you have a camera and a microphone, it'd be great to talk with you. The link is in the, it's pinned to the top of the chat box, and you're more than welcome to join me. And that way I could see you and the missus. Shadowfang, hello. I'm surprised people are dropping in given the name of the stream, which is it didn't show up. So, oh, come on. See these tiny screws? Like, look at this screw in my fingers. It's next to impossible to get a hold of this thing and put it in. There we go. There we go. And I think they give you extras because these are very easy to strip. There we go. Okay, that's back in there. And I don't want to over tighten these and strip them, because if I strip these going in, they would be really tough to get out. No cam, no mic. Oh, come on, Mark. Oh, well, okay, I'll let you off. So we got this back in. Okay. And then we will put Zeus back on. And we can tighten that up. And then, of course, if we look down in, then the nozzle, let's just see how this nozzle sits, how much thread there's left at this nozzle when it's tightened in. There we go. So there's a nice little gap there for the nozzle, so that when we do a hot tighten, there's a little bit of, there's a gap right in here. So there's room for hot tightening this nozzle. Really, really nice looking hot end, actually. It works well too, but I love the look of it. It's sexy looking. How often do you hear that about a hot end, right? So anyways, let me put this back in here. And then the sock. And we'll put the retainer clip back on here. Oops. Just so everybody knows, Mr. Mark L. Baker on here is the reason, for the most part, I'm putting you on a spot here, Mark. Mark L. Baker is the reason I'm into 3D printing. And I don't know whether to thank him or curse him because it's cost me a lot of money. Let's just put this back on the main camera. There we go. I'm just going to put these parts back in the bag now that I've stripped this apart for you. So I don't know if that answered your question, Joe, or not, but I believe this is considered a dual. That would be a dual heat break. A hot end, I would assume, a dual metal heat break hot end, because looks like there was two different kinds of copper there. Anyways, that's the sort of the limitation of my knowledge on these things. So I'm just putting all these spare parts back in the bag here. Anyways, as I was saying, Mr. Mark L. Baker that's on here, good friend of ours, is the reason I'm into 3D printing. So I thank you, Mark, I think. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, you should be. I actually hit, I'm getting close to a milestone here. Let's see, I have 452 subscribers so far, and I'm planning to do a giveaway at 500. So I don't know what yet. Definitely some filament. We're going to look at giving away some filament. I'm working on a printer. Definitely won't be a Delta. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. I will keep everybody up to date as what's going on with that, but I will definitely be doing some sort of a giveaway or something. So thank you so much, 3D Print Viking. I missed the first layer stream today too. I was so bummed. We had so much going on. My missus just got out of the hospital recently, so we were spending a bit of time. We went and did a bit of shopping today. We took the young one for a swim today, and I looked at the clock and said, crap, 1 o'clock. I missed it. Like, it was just crazy. So, oops, hang on. We have a guest. Yes, yes, yes. And why am I not surprised? Because this gentleman joins a lot of my streams, and I totally appreciate it. There we are. Marcus, how are you? Let me turn my speaker on so I can actually hear you.
So I was hoping to hear more about
I think I can hear you now.
How did Mark get you started?
There you are. You what? You were which? Sorry?
How did Mark Baker get you started?
Well, Mark Baker and his wife have been friends of my fiance forever. And so the first time I met them, he took me to his little man cave where I saw some 3D printers. And up until then, I had the mindset that 3D printers were way out of my price range, because last time I had looked into or heard of 3D printing, it was back with these massive machines that cost tens of thousands of dollars. And I think they were a whole different process and everything. And so when Mark showed me what he's doing, and he was mentioning this and this, and they cost this much. So I thought, wow, this is cool. So I started looking into it and thought, this is affordable. So I ordered a couple printers right away for the business. I thought this is something I could add to my business. And that's sort of where it started. I mean, the first two printers I ordered are no longer, I don't even have them. One of them I gave away, and the other one's sitting in parts. But yeah, that's sort of how it all started, just because of what I saw him doing, and it was so cool.
So did you end up integrating your 3D printers into your business at all? Were you able to do that?
I do. I mean, I do have, at my office right now, I have 4 printers that I use for doing jobs here or at home, for home stuff. And I do advertise 3D printing as part of our business. And I have gotten inquiries, and I've got a few jobs on the go right now. Some of them are pending. Yeah, but we're getting requests for 3D printing and 3D designing now. So it's pretty cool. No, it's not making tons of money, but it's another thing to get people the foot in the door, or to show interest in our company, and then they can see all the other stuff we do as well.
Right.
So yeah, which is, and to be honest with you, the main reason for getting into YouTube was not getting into starting my own 3D printing channel. My reason for getting into YouTube was initially going to be because initially way back when, there's a few people that will remember I used to be KKP 3D before I changed to DeWitt. And the reason for that was it was going to be marketing KKP 3D printing, as well as our other services that we do, and talking about the services we offer, et cetera, et cetera. But then there was some logistics with the logo use and with the name use, as far as, because we're a franchise. So I thought, I don't want to get into any difficult situations, legal battles, etc., with our corporate office. So I said, nah, let's just scrap the whole thing that way, turn it into a personal thing. And then it took me about 3 weeks to come up with the name DeWitt, which was just sort of a whole, that's one of those midnight wake up and things where you go and go, I've got it. I know the name I want to use. So, and then quickly design the logo, and the rest is history. So, but my very first few streams were with DB3 Dan, DB3D Dan. I popped on a couple of his streams. My Maria Webster, who you just saw post there, is my fiance. Hello, lovely. Watching from the Jamaican household. So imagine the whole family's watching now. So hi, Mom. Hi, Sis. Hi, Cuz. Hi, Ethan. Ethan, the one that said, our little 5-year-old Ethan that said, hit that like button and subscribe. Goodbye. So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see 3D printing as adjacent, to what you guys do. So that's cool that you're able to work that in there.
And I'm able to help. I'm getting a lot of inquiries from YouTubers that want decals. As a matter of fact, Astro Printing, Liam, I owe him some decals from one of Dan's draws one time when Dan did his 300 subscriber giveaway. So, but him and I are working behind the scenes, and he knows who I am now, and I know who he is. Back then, I didn't. And so I owe him some decals or decals, however you want to say it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I had a bunch of decals made up for Ethan's booth at Murph. We had a booth reserved. We asked, they asked you like where you'd like to be placed, and we said anywhere near Prusa Prussia would have been nice. Yeah. But cheapest I could find was actually have a local friend who's a bit of a maker, and she has the machine to make stickers, and her quote was quite a bit cheaper than Sticker Mule was going to be. Okay. And so we had, unfortunately, then Murph was canceled, so it's going to be a while before I go through these stickers. But,
wow!
But when we start getting low, I'll definitely reach out to you.
Yeah. Oh wow. Oh, Chris Travis, yeah, and that's right, Chris Travis. I did his logo. That was a sort of a combination between me and Maria, my wife, I call her my wife. Why not? Because we're pretty much married. Right. She's a graphic designer, and she does a lot of different design work and social media, web design, and all that. So we teamed up and did a logo for Chris Travis. So, and again, back then I didn't have my channel going super well. And then, but now I know who Chris is, and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm sort of putting 2 and 2 together with all the people I've met in the past. So, but this is quite a community actually, because it's you get to know the people by their first names as well as their screen names. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
My older brother, he's been married, but the woman he's seeing now, they're not married, and I don't know if they ever get married, but it makes for a much shorter story just to say, my brother's wife, because then it's just, you don't have to explain everything. So I totally get that. Yeah, it's just, I got, right. And their kids are my nieces and nephews. Just makes for a much shorter story.
So 3D printing Viking, if you, he says he's struggling to figure out a logo for yourself, if you ever want to reach out to me, my email is in my description on YouTube, and you can email me any thoughts you might have, and I'm sure we can come up with something for you. Yeah. And let's see. Title for your printing. If you want to sell, you have a logo for now. Yeah, that's the hardest thing. Is logos are easy, but if you want to come up with a title or a tagline or something, it's very difficult. It's sometimes the simplest thing is the best way to go. I kept thinking when I was trying to design my logo, you can ask Maria, I was coming up with little spools to incorporate with it, little hot ends to incorporate with it, and I thought, why? I don't need that. You just need something that's a brand that's memorable, and once people remember your name, they'll know what you do. So, because DeWitt really says nothing about 3D printing, but for all the people that know me in the community now, they know what I do. So I don't have to have anything on there that screams 3D in a sense. So at least that's my take on it. And think it, make it, that I can expand beyond 3D if I ever wanted to. So, yeah. But yeah, with the business I'm in, I see logos come and go on a daily basis. And it's, I've seen some good ones, some really fascinating ones, and then I've seen some really bad ones. And usually the ones that I see that are bad are the ones that people put way too much thought into. So, yeah, sometimes simple is best.
Yeah, I like simple that that are easily read from a distance, like high contrast, simple shapes, and
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you look at some of the biggest company logos, Apple, Nike, Microsoft, etc. They're very simple, plain. I mean, and they're recognizable. So, a 3D symbol. Yeah. Hi, Mark. Welcome. As you see, we're not building a printer because Amazon did not deliver on time. It still says out for delivery. I'm expecting my doorbell to ring any second now. So, yeah. Murph has not happened. Yeah. I want to go to one of those shows. I know there's a Murph and an ERF. Murph is Midwestern or something. Murph.
Yep. It's in
and ERF.
It's in Indiana, but it's northern Indiana, so it's not that far from Chicago. So
okay. Hey, Jerry.
I don't know what part of Canada you're in, but yeah, one of those might be closer than the other.
Yeah, I'm right above Montana, basically. So up in Alberta. So I would think Murph would probably be closer to me than ERF. But I would definitely want to attend one of them one time. And I don't think they do anything like that in Canada. Not that I've seen or heard of. So Elkhart County Fairgrounds, Brian says. So
it's an Amish country.
No clue where that is. Is it? Okay. You've been sitting on my other stream all this time waiting for me to go live. And is the other stream still showing? Oh, okay. I have to maybe shut that one off. Sorry, Jerry. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong somehow as I'm starting to see. Okay, let's see. I
only saw one, so I don't know.
Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, let me put a link over there. I think I see what's happened. Okay, this is just my lack of knowledge as far as streaming between StreamYard and YouTube. I only have to start a live stream on one of them. So, okay, and I think that's what I did wrong. So if I go up here, so I'm showing live there, yeah, and I'm still showing as pending here. Okay, so I have to drop this one. Let's delete that one. And I understand and delete. And that other one should disappear now. Okay, my bad. Learn as we go. Right? Learn
Travis,
as we go.
how close are you to Cincinnati?
First time going to Murph was in 2019. Never been to ERF. Sorry about that, Jerry. I guess, can I schedule now, Jerry, you've used StreamYard more than me, and I'm going to need to know this for this week, but I guess if I'm going to schedule a live stream, it's got to be through StreamYard versus through YouTube. Okay. Hey, Radmaster. This is only the second time I've actually used virtual camera and streamed through StreamYard to YouTube, so, but that's okay. Got to learn. Jerry, if you want to pop in while you're working, or anybody, I did put there is a link to the top of this, pinned to the top. If you want to pop in and say hi, you're more than welcome to. So, Because we didn't have an actual build tonight that was supposed to happen, I just decided to do a chit chat. So instead, but now I know what I'm doing next Sunday, and just like that. Hello, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry. Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good. How are you? Sorry about that. I didn't realize that I was still showing as pending on YouTube, so I think I've canceled that now.
Yeah, I know we were chatting about it, and you were waiting on the mail, and the mail hadn't showed up. So I just sat there and waited, and I've been working on the robot, and I see it's like you're 47 minutes in here, so I've been on the other one for 47 minutes looking at nothing.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Well, I guess then if I'm going to stream from StreamYard, I've got to schedule the stream from StreamYard.
Yeah, then StreamYard takes care of YouTube because you already have that set up.
YouTube. Okay. Because I noticed a couple of people over on the YouTube were saying, I hope I'm okay and everything. Yeah, I mean, okay, now I know what to do next time. There we go.
Last week, Tripod did it, and he told Sam how to do it with my email like I did with you. I gave them my email. They logged in a StreamYard. Then on my side, when I was setting up the stream, I was in a dummy stream chatting with them offline. When I went up to edit or add broadcast, I could see them. I could see their other streams, and I would click on them. So when I scheduled it, it said I was going live on my YouTube and their 2 YouTubes.
Okay.
And then there'll be more cells. So, if not tonight, then tomorrow, in that 1 p.m. where we're all chatting, we can get it all figured out.
Yeah, for sure.
And then I think, and then the day of the stream, they're going to have to log back in, and me also, and have to get the code again beforehand, right before we go live.
Oh, okay.
So anyway, no biggie.
That's okay, 3D Print Viking. Next time for sure. I'm going to do this more often, I think, on my streams. I'm going to maybe, I'm trying to keep my builds to an hour. And I know, Jerry, you're going to say good luck with that on the Delta, but I'm going to try and keep my builds.
Did you get it?
No, it didn't come.
Full screen me.
Full screen. Yeah, let's see. So I got to bring you over there. And then let me full screen you here. Hold on, Jerry. There we are. There's the one I'm waiting for right there.
This is a killer little machine. I highly recommend this to anybody who wants another printer, or if you're new to 3D printing, this is so easy to set up. Prints perfect. This is an awesome little printer. And I have like 14, so I didn't need it, but I wanted to do a video on it, and it's really cool. And they're a little over $230 or something on Amazon right now.
Yeah,
is it quiet?
Huh?
Is it quiet, Jerry?
Yeah. Yeah, real quiet.
Apparently the loudest thing is the fan, the cooling fan. So
yeah, it's not that loud.
No.
It's slightly off center, auto center, and I'm printing that Skull Dice Tower with no supports on it right now. But yeah, this thing's really cool.
Nice.
Very happy with it.
Hey, NLTMW. Apologize for that other stream.
Hey, Mike.
Mike. His name's Mike? Okay, I'll have to remember that. I'm trying to remember all the YouTube people's real names. So
yeah, NLTMW means never let the machines win.
Oh, okay. Okay, very cool.
And his favorite color is orange, and every time you'll see him, he'll have orange everything on. He's a great guy.
Travis has one of them Deltas. Cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
So, Jerry, can you use Cura or a regular slicer for your Delta?
I'm using Simplified 3D. I just went in and I picked a different Flsun that was much larger, and I changed the build volume to 200 by 200 using my standard profile for Creality, and it's printing fine.
So is it just normal like Cartesian G code, and then the printer handles the conversion to the Delta?
You just change the bed size is all. It comes with Cura on a flash drive and Repetier host if you want to use that, but you can use any slicer. Just pick a round bed volume 200 by 200.
Oh, okay, cool. So it uses the same G code basically as a Cartesian.
I just went into I printed one of their models out for my video. Then I went into Simplified 3D. I went to add a printer. They had a different Flsun that was a lot taller, so I imported its profile and I just changed the bed size on it. So, but yeah, it prints fine. I'm very happy with it so far. I've only had it for a few days. Other people have had these for quite a while, and they love them. And that's everybody else's ones that talked me into it. And yeah, I highly recommend it.
Dixon has 3. They work great. Cool. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I have an affiliate link below my video, so if you buy it through my affiliate link, I might make $1. Yeah, that's where I went through that for mine, and they had them on sale in Canada, $349, which isn't bad at all.
Are you out of your mind?
Are you out of your mind? Cura on it. Actually, Prusa Slicer has a profile for that printer right now. So,
you know, I was kind of disappointed. Brian's video from the first layer, he had an awesome video talking about Prusa Slicer. And at the very end of the video, he showed his benchy, and his benchy looked like shit.
Oh,
and
really?
the whole video, I was excited about the video, and it's really cool. But for some reason, his settings are screwed up on his printer. But yeah, I'm going to switch over from S3D to Prusa Slicer. I liked all the options. Brian walked through a ton of different things to tweak this, tweak that. I'm going to watch his video and, you know, go back through my slicer and tweak it according to what he was recommending. So,
I'm going to find that link. Shadowfang's asking about a link for you, and I believe it's probably to that printer. So I'll go to your affiliate page. Or can you post a link in chat?
If I have a wrench, I can. I can go to my YouTube chat. I can. Let's see.
You should have a wrench.
Yeah, let me go to my YouTube page.
Here you go. Yeah, you have a wrench.
Okay.
You have the tools. You have the ability.
1 second. Oh, I'm at 2171 on subs. So when I hit 2400, I'll talk about the giveaway stream.
Nice.
I'm getting there.
Got me beat, or Ethan beat.
Idea Maker. I've tried Idea Maker. I'm getting into with the new Prusa Slicer now. I love the G code viewer they have bundled with that. It's great. So many times I want to have a view of my G code and see what's going on before I print it. That's pretty cool.
There's another free slicer called Craftware, and it has a really great G code viewer. And I'm glad that Prusa Slicer has one. But I think Craftware is still a little bit nice. It'll actually show you the lines of G code.
Oh, okay.
So you want to hear something funny, Tim?
You're streaming on my stream.
Yeah, since I'm logged in through you, technically I can do what you're doing right now.
Yeah, you can. So if you see anything that needs this is good practice.
Yeah, because when John and Sam were in, if I got busy doing something, then John could throw chat up and vice versa. So
yeah. Well, I'm not used to throwing the chat up because I very rarely stream from StreamYards. So, but I think I'm going to from now on, especially because I can do 1080p. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to from now on because then I can invite people. See, the idea that for me moving ahead, the idea is I want to do a 1 hour build, say, like next Sunday I'll be doing the Delta, do a 1 hour build and then invite people on afterwards for a chat for an hour and then just keep my streams to a couple hours. So
what I do every week when I set up StreamYard, I go in and I set it up through StreamYard. It'll post within seconds to YouTube. Then I go to YouTube Studio, then I go below the description. I take the prior video and I copy and paste all my information. I clicked on live chat. I click on monetization, all that junk. I do that. Yeah. It's saved. That way it's already there and posted.
Okay.
You know, just like you do for a regular video, you go and add all the stuff you want to add and you put all your tags in. I just go to a prior video and I just copy and paste everything to the next one. And then like if I had a special guest on with his links, I'll just edit that out and then save it. So
let me check my email there, 3D Print Viking, and see if I got that picture. Let me see. There we are. Oh, there it is. Okay, let me download this picture and I can show it off. Let's see. Can I just...
Hey, Matt.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, I gave Tim some help there. I pulled you in.
Oh, perfect. Good. Thank you. I want to open. I want to okay. I can open it in Photos. Let's do this. Okay. Now I'm going to make this full screen, and then I'm going to show this photo here. Let's see. Screen. Come on, get back here. Get back. This is too funny. Hang on.
Yeah, just hit share screen down below. Then you pick the one and it'll go big and everybody else will go small next to it.
Yeah, okay. I got too many windows open. There we are. There's the window I was looking for. See, but now I got this. Now I'm going to, all I'm going to do is make myself big. But then I'm going to bring up that picture. Okay. Jeez, there it is right there. Okay, very cool. Look at that. So 2 different color filaments.
Wow,
Nice.
that's big.
Very cool. That's a big print. That's a long print. And I
6
assume
days?
that's a lot of support. Wow, still going too. So is that that's 2nd kilogram of filament, I'm assuming? Look at that. Cool. Okay, let's go back here. Too many windows open, and stop sharing there. And go back to my OBS and hit the main screen. There we go. Haha.
On your tab where it says brands on the right side,
Yeah.
before the stream, you click brands and you can import all your pictures that way. You can go on your hard drive and click on them. That way, when you show them, they'll be full screen. That's how I run my intro and my exits in the brands tab.
Okay. I'll have to play with that a little bit.
Like,
yeah.
Like, see where it's got your countdown timer? Under video clips, you can click that plus button and you can run your intro. So you do the countdown timer. When it gets down to 1, then you click the next one next to it that runs your intro.
Ooh. And
then while the intro's running, you click yourself back in the stream. So when it quits running, you go, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" Yeah.
Oh, I see. Oh, very cool. Okay.
And if you're chatting with people ahead of time, you just hit remove on each one of them down below. They'll be in the green room. And then when you start your timer, take yourself out, let it count down. People see your splash screen, and it'll count down. Then it'll jump to your intro. And then while the intro is playing, put yourself back in. When it quits, you'll be live, and then you can pull people in as you wish.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm going to have to, yeah, definitely going to have to play with that.
So,
hoping it doesn't take more than a second roll. It said it should be done by 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night.
yeah, here's where I'm at on this little droid that I'm working on.
Okay.
There.
Yeah.
I
nice.
epoxied a couple pieces, so I can't put the rest of it together till tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there, and I'm taking pictures of every step so that when we do our stream, I can, show all the pictures and explain what I'm doing.
Did you test the servos yet?
No, I haven't.
On the tracks? Yeah, okay. I think there's a different setting that's got to go in the remote for it. And you didn't paint any of those. Is that just different color filaments?
Yeah. I got the blue tracks, and 3 different colors here.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, I'm going to that's what I decided to do. Even though I started printing in white, I'm going to I started printing pieces in white, but then I decided, so if you see right behind me there on my Prusa, this same piece is printing again in silk copper. Mm-hmm. So I decided, instead of painting, because I wasn't happy with my last paint job, I'm going to print all the different pieces in different colors and come up with it that way. Like I did where's his eye? I printed his eye here in silk copper as well.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to try painting with filament. So
yeah, I'm not going to paint till after our stream, because this Friday, more than likely, they're going to talk about painting during the week and then coming back the following week. So I'll just show it completed however we got it. So
that looks good with the yellow and the gold.
Yeah, I like the color scheme so far.
Yeah, it's just what I randomly came up with.
Looks great.
And another way, like, say for instance, let's say I want to make Matt big. I'll just put my mouse over his face. I drag him up where you're at, and then I click this button down here, and I'll make him big that way. And on the bottom bar, the third from the end on the right below the picture is the one I'm clicking on. So click on the third from the end, and you can take him back out. Click on the third from the end. That bar there with all the different pictures.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
This one. Oh, just click on the bar.
Or click on the third one. Click on the third one where it shows 2 people side by side.
Oh, that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay, so whoever's in the top left, when you do that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Now, there's other options there, the last 2, but that's how I usually do it. Then if I want to make somebody big, I'll go right above their picture all the way down below, and I'll do so like that, for instance.
Right. Okay.
So, and then you can mute their mics if they're saying something you don't want to say, or they're talking too much like I am. You can just click on their mic down below. Yeah, like that.
Like that. You've been muted.
Anyway.
Tim, do you have an Ender 3?
I do. So I just saw the question here, right here. Could you show us your printer cleaning and part check on them for a noob in the printing world, Ender 3 V2? So how I clean the printer, basically, is that what you're asking?
I would just give them like maybe rundown on your regular maintenance things that you check before you print or something like that.
Let me go get
Marcus,
my printer.
I have a question for you. I'm having a new project coming up, and I wanted to see if your scanning device can be used for scanning a hand. Basically, person lost his hand, and I need to scan his hand, what's basically left.
Yeah, it would definitely work. It actually even comes into scale. So
yeah, good.
Yes, yeah.
Because I recommend, I kind of want to recommend that to the foundation or the charity, and then maybe using then your program.
I got a few guys. As soon as I released that app, started hitting me up for to integrate the scanning and all kinds of similar stuff. A lot of orthotic stuff for feet and stuff like that. And I told them it's going to be a while
for
before.
Children.
I told them it's going to be a while before I have my app to a place where I'm comfortable with spending time on other stuff. But I'm definitely open for helping those people.
Let me see if this other camera. Let me just try something here while you guys keep chatting.
Alrighty.
This might be easier if I take this camera.
Hey, Marcel, how you doing?
I have a link on my website, on my profile, and on my tactile 3D picture group. I have it. You can have a look at it if you like.
I'll show you a scan we did of a.
Hey, Marcel.
Maybe Jerry. Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Thanks, Jerry.
Yeah.
That's someone's hand, So.
In England, what this means? It means
Peace.
bugger off.
Oh.
Kind of like this. That's a nice version of it.
All right. Well, that's for you then, Matt.
Thank you.
But no, obviously in the U.S. it means peace.
Yeah, but this means peace when you do it in front. But if you do it backwards, that means something else.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
Thank you. Peace to you too.
So, okay, here's my, let me screen myself here. So if I do that, no, wrong one. I got to be in the top left corner. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is my Ender 3 V2. And so Shadowfang is saying like care and part check. So for me, this one doesn't need a lot of care yet because it's still pretty new. But the one thing I do double check a lot of is, okay, especially under your wheels on the bed underneath. I'm going to try, actually, let me bring my close-up camera here to show you. It'll be a lot easier. Let me do that, and let me switch to this. So underneath.
Wow, anodized red. That'll make it run faster. You know that?
It will. But if you can see right underneath, if I pull this up a little closer, at this angle, it's pretty tough to see. But there we go. So you see those wheels?
Yeah, the grinding.
It's not necessarily grinding.
That's
because
normal buildup on all rollers.
This is dust.
I have that too.
Basically, because you think about it, these wheels are going back and forth. They're creating static. So basically, this is dust that's building up on these wheels. So every once in a while, I will go through. I'll just take a dry rag, a lint-free rag, and I'll run them along there to clean the static or the dust off these wheels.
Yeah.
A little bit of it might be wheel wear. If you have your wheels way too tight, yeah, it's going to wear. Now, at that angle there, too, you can see there's dust on my build plate. But that build plate will definitely be cleaned off before I print on it. This has been on the floor because I have no room in the counter. So that's why.
I would add that you want to wiggle that bed and make sure that it's not loose.
Yes,
I was
going to get to that after. I was going to talk about that on these ones as well. But
I just put an anti-backlash nut on mine today. My Ender 3 V2, I got a backlash nut and put on it.
Did you?
Stop it from dropping on me.
Yeah. And since
cool.
yeah, and since Marcus did mention that, you want to also, when this bed is up, you want to wiggle it. So if I wiggle my bed here, there's actually no movement at all. And if there is any movement in your bed, you'll see right here, if I get back to the close-up camera, right there, you'll see there's an eccentric nut right there on this wheel. And there's one on the back wheel versus on this side, you'll see they're round. So you would take your wrench on this side and you would basically tighten. Do I have a wrench handy? I don't. But you'll just take your wrench and you'll tighten or loosen or tighten that eccentric nut, whatever you need. So if you don't want your bed too tight.
It's drilled off center so that when you tighten it, it tightens or loosens. The hole's not in the center.
Yeah. So if it's wiggling a little bit, you just turn it just until it stops wiggling. You don't want to over tighten it. So if you do over tighten it, that's what will cause those wheels to wear down too much.
Hey, John, how you doing? Tripod.
Hey, tripod.
Hey, John. And same thing with these wheels. Okay. So these ones don't get nearly as dirty as you see. This focus is not working too well right now, but there we go. So these wheels don't get nearly as dirty. Underneath tend to get more staticky and dusty for some reason, even though these ones are working not as hard, especially the Z-axis, because it's not going up and down like the bed is moving back and forth. But the same thing on these ones. There's an eccentric nut on this wheel here and an eccentric nut on this one. It's on the outside. But each set is going to have an eccentric nut. You can see it right on this one.
You want it just tight enough that you can stop it from moving, but grab the wheel and still turn it.
Exactly.
Stop
so you want to still be able to
moving. Yeah.
You still want to be able to turn the wheels. This one's actually moving it. And then the same thing on your X carriage where your hot end is. There shouldn't be any movement in here.
Oh,
so actually what I'm going to do
problem with that.
What I'm going to do to demonstrate this, I'm going to move this one up a bit. I'm going to find my wrench. I have, you ever have 12 of those wrenches, and when you're looking for one,
you can't find it.
Let's see.
How would you change the belt?
Okay, I'll show you that in a second as well. But anyways, I'm not going to do it. What I was going to do was loosen it off. On this one, the eccentric nut is on the bottom here. And again, you don't want any wobble in this carriage at all. And if you do, you're just going to tighten that eccentric nut just until the wobble is out. Again, not too tight, because it should still be some smooth movement along here. So that's basically the eccentric nuts. Now, the other thing you want to do, Jerry said he put an anti-backlash nut in here, Jerry?
Yeah.
Yeah, which I haven't done on this one.
On Innisfree V2, it constantly drops.
Yeah, that'll prevent that from just doing its dropping like that from the weight, just from the weight of the carriage itself.
Most printers don't drop like that, but this one does.
Yeah, and I haven't done that yet. If I give this one just the slightest pull, it'll drop. So don't do what I just did here. I cut my filament off and I left it in. End. So I should be heating this up and pulling this filament out, but I'm lazy and I just do that. So
I'm playing with your stream. I just muted you for a minute for the hell of it.
Oh, did you? Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. You can play with my stream while I do this. That's fine. It's nice to have an assistant. And now you're going to send me a bill when this is done, aren't you?
Tim, I've left filament in there both on bone and drive and my direct drive printers.
I don't think it causes any problems, but I have seen other streams where they say don't leave filament in there, but not a big deal for me. So it hasn't really been a big deal.
But what if you live in an environment where, like, let's say near the ocean? I think it would be better to leave it in because otherwise you get humidity in it.
You could be that way, as long as you take your roll off, especially if you live in that environment, you don't want to leave your roll on the printer.
Yeah, I live in Vegas. We don't have humidity here at all.
No, none at all. Oh no, because you're inland. I'm trying to focus in on this, but there's another area you want to look for. Is sometimes on your extruder. Why aren't you focusing? There we go. You'll get some filament buildup, especially on the gears down here where your filament goes through in between. So you want to keep an eye on that.
Air compressor.
And you can use an air compressor. I've pulled little pieces out with tweezers before, but you want to make sure that filament path is nice and clean. And this one is doing pretty good. if you have
I bought a portable air can, and I take it out in the garage. I fill it up with air. It's like an emergency one use for a tire you buy. You keep in your trunk. And I bring that in the house instead of bringing my compressor all the way around, which is, it's heavy and I got to use a dolly and everything. And I just bring the compressed air and I blow off my extruders all the time because they get junk get built up in them. So
right. Yeah. No, but that's, again, if you have your compression too tight sometimes as well, you're going to get grinding of the filament, which will have some mess in there. So it's ideally you want your tension on here just to be perfect for the filament you're using. So again, I've only run PLA through here so far, so not a big deal on this end. And then the other thing is, and there's going to be varying opinions on this, is your Z-Rod right here. It's keeping that lubricated and clean. I use a sewing machine oil type oil on that. I know some people have used grease. What do you guys use on your Z-Rod?
PTFE lubricant.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
I do it maybe every 3 months.
Okay.
Yeah, once they get really gunked up, just take a paper towel, wipe it off, put a few drops on it right above your eccentric nut doohickey thing. Where it screws in there by the extruder. And you can run it up. It'll run past in there and get on the threads.
Okay, so. I use this on my it's basically a sewing machine lubricant, and I use this on my smooth rod printers as well, like my Prusa.
Do you know if that's petroleum based?
This is let's see, ideal for use on all sewing machines and related equipment, and whether it's an extremely high quality stainless steel sewing related equipment, lubricant oil is required. Contents. This product contains 100% mineral oil that is paraffin based.
Yeah, that's petroleum based. So the one reason why a lot of people say you want to use like the silicone based PTFE lubricant rather than a petroleum based is the petroleum based oxidizes. So it gets gummy over time, whereas a PTFE one never gums up.
Right. Now, paraffin,
but it's fine, but it does oxidize.
Yeah, but I keep an eye on it, and again, if I find any gunk buildup or dust buildup on that, and it's funny that I don't get the dust buildup on the upper parts as I do on these lower wheels. It's just it's strange. So, and then what else? As far as
Shadow Fang, you can drop in, but without a cam, you'll just have an emoji. You can have it. We just won't see you, but we can still hear you.
If I can raise this up a little bit.
Or not we, I mean he.
We.
You.
If I raise this up a little bit. Now, I happen to have a sock on this hot end. There we go. This is the Dragonfly I'd put on. But your hot end likely doesn't have a sock. I don't believe the Ender 3 V2 came standard with a sock. So the other thing, this looks shiny new because it is. I've only run a few prints on it so far, is keeping the area around the nozzle clean. Now, there's a lot of different methods of doing this. I use a wire brush. The key thing you want to avoid with a wire brush is you don't want to get the wire brush in touching these wires on your heating cartridge or your thermistor because you can short them out.
Blow your board.
Yeah. Now, ideally, you want this hot end to be hot, 240 degrees or something. Now, if you're quick about it, you can heat up your hot end to 240 degrees, flick your power off, unplug it, and then quickly clean it before it cools off too much. Yeah.
This is what I use to clean my hot end with. I take my razor knife blade, I take off the sock, and I just drag off all the filament.
Oh, okay.
Just scrape it off. Any kind of melted plastic.
Right. Okay. Oh, how did I? Hang on. Let me see how you did that. I got to get used to this. There we go. Thanks, Jerry. Thanks. But yeah, so keep getting any excess filament off your hot end is a good thing to do every once in a while, so it doesn't cause you any problems.
Well, you get those socks from?
You can get them on Amazon. Just make sure you get the right sock for your right hot end. The Creality hot end, I believe, is a standard sock size. I have a bunch of them lying around.
They last quite a while till they get deformed. Like once a year, you got to throw them away and put another one on.
But they're great because if you ever have that blob of death on your hot end, which I think most of us have experienced, this would prevent a lot of the cleanup because the filament ideally is not going to stick to the silicone. So really, you're just going to have that little bit of hot end there that's going to be affected. So the new E3V2 or the new CR6 SE has a really nice sock design on it, but I don't believe that the stock hot end on the Ender 3 V2 came with a sock. But I would recommend getting a sock for sure. Old Curmudgeon says his sock is original from 2 years ago. Yeah, they last a while. So what else maintenance-wise? Making sure stuff like this right there, which I should look at right now. So I have a bunch of gunk, dust, filament, whatever in the track. So you just want to try and make sure that, because filament is going to fall in these tracks and it's going to gum up. You don't want to bum up your belts.
My first two CR10s, when I first built them like 4 years ago, I got yoga mats. I cut them down. I put the printers on that for vibration. But since then, as time has progressed, I no longer do that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, speaking of belts, huh?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, speaking of belts, with your Ender 3 V2, you have belt tensioners. So you can loosen that right off on tension. So again, check your belt tension every once in a while to make sure that it hasn't loosened off. You don't want to over tighten. You just want it to be tight enough so you can almost play a little bit of a tune on your belt, but not too tight. And same with your Y-axis.
Matt, on the Creality printers, he would simply loosen up the nut, go underneath the hot end. He can unhook the belt in 2 seconds and take it off, put a new one on, rehook it, retension it. And if you don't have a tensioner by hand, then you slide it with your hand and you tighten it up with a wrench.
Yeah, so that right here. So if I loosen off this belt right away, I can actually, if I work at it, I could actually take that belt and slip that right out of there. Okay.
What was the name of that hot end shroud you got off Thingiverse? You remember what that was called? The blower assembly? Oh,
I put a link on below one of my videos for it.
Okay.
It's a great little assembly. It printed in one piece. That one, this guy right here. Somebody's asking that, I assume, because I'm not watching chat.
Yeah.
Let me just look real quick.
Yeah, I have one of those. A friend of mine had printed out when I was working on his S5. I never did put on his S5, and I have one here in a box. But it's a nice design. The only thing I don't like about it is it doesn't hook on the side of the bracket, and then the screws go in. It simply screws in. So if they loosen up, the whole thing will wobble. It does. A lot of those, when they design them, they hook on the side, and then you screw them in. And that one doesn't.
Right. Okay, I put a link to it here somewhere. Let's see.
I don't believe it's a bullseye or a blockhead. I think it had a different name, unless I'm mistaken.
I'm going to put a link. There we go. Copy. Let me come back into the stream here. I'm going to paste a link to it right now. There's a link to that shroud right there. Yeah. What am I forgetting maintenance-wise? Again, just overall cleaning, as I say. I've got some filament down in my track right here. So just cleaning out all the filament, keeping your belts tight, keeping the wheels clean, lubricating that Z-rod. Keep making sure that your that's way out of focus. There we go. Sometimes this is the Bowden tube coupler clip, which helps keep the Bowden tube tight in place in your hot end. Sometimes I have found that clip has actually come off sometimes. So you want to make sure that this clip is in place both there and on the extruder.
I used to use a bread tie before. When I'd have any of those clips, I'd take a bread tie and wrap it all the way around it numerous times. Just anything to keep it from closing up. Yeah,
well, exactly. So, but not a lot of maintenance on these is other than, just keeping the lubricated rod when it has, and keeping the wheels clean. So, yeah, this is sort of different. That's the issue I'm struggling with right here. Is this is a much bigger fan on here than what was on here stock, and so I'm just trying to find the sweet spot for this cooling fan to work with this hot end. So.
And whenever you remove a print off your build plate, if you hold on to it firmly so the build plate don't move, and as long as you're not too rough, you're not going to knock it out of whack where you have to re-level it very often. And flex sheets are awesome. You get a flex sheet, and you'll rarely ever have to re-level that bed because you're not jerking things around.
I always take the sheet off before I remove something.
Yeah, so this one here, I did put a flex sheet on. So take the flex sheet off, and then I'll just let it cool off a bit or whatever. Sometimes I'm anxious I don't get the part off, and that way I'm not affecting the bed. But yeah, if you just have the new Ender 3 V2, it's going to come with the glass build plate. First thing I recommend people do, if we go underneath here, is you'll notice that I have these yellow springs. So I replaced the factory springs with the thin silver ones with these thicker yellow ones. And then I tighten my bed, the springs almost until they're completely compressed. And then I will adjust the sensor over here, the Z-stop sensor, accordingly so that my nozzle will still come down close enough to the bed so that I don't have to loosen off these leveling knobs so much. So right now you can see how tight those springs are compressed, and they're almost fully compressed, and my bed is level. And this is very not easy to move. In other words, if I can bounce around in the bed here a bit, and these are not going to budge because those springs are nicely compressed, and those are nice thick springs.
And they're flat in between the layers. So once you compress them, they lay tight and they won't move around. The silver ones are garbage.
Yeah, I don't think I even kept the silver ones.
Can I show you something real quick?
Yeah, by all means.
Is this like the one that you have?
Very, yeah, turn it again. It's almost exactly, yeah, it's very close. Yeah,
that's the one my buddy had printed out that I never put on his printer. And what I don't like about it, on this side, there's no hook to hook it on the bracket before you put the screws in over here. But so and then it's got a channel there. You run everything up it. So
yeah, it's very similar.
Shadow Fang was saying he already modded his under where his springs are. He put the silicone spaces in there.
Oh, the silicone spacers and place the springs. Okay.
Yeah, the ones I got ABLs on, I have solid mounts that I ordered off from TH3D. They're made out of ABS, and they got an aluminum sleeve inside of them.
Yeah, this is the spring that came with it. So it's quite, I mean, this spring, I can compress that spring almost fully with my hand.
Yeah.
Pulling, and whereas these yellow ones, no way, I wouldn't be able to do that. So, yeah. But that's basically it. Again, just keeping it dust free, and so yeah. Yeah, actually, I don't even need to put that spring back. I don't like to keep the garbage. Oops, that mic keeps it in my chin. So
Shadow Fang wants to share a link. Put it in chat, Shadow Fang, and I'll copy it and go look at it, and then I can repost it. You'll just have to take off the www or whatever when you post it. Otherwise, it probably won't let you post it. Anyway, Tripod, are you still here?
Tripod.
Yeah, I'm looking at chat to see who's talking. He might be busy in his garage working.
Yeah. There he is.
Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah, Tripod. I've logged in through Tim. That's why I'm playing with his buttons right now. Marcel's seen the comment. I'm not sure. You probably seen it earlier. I typed it. I'm not sure what he does. When Tim goes to set up the live stream for Friday, tonight or tomorrow, I don't know how he adds us. I know, anyway. So you might want to pop in and explain that to him, because you and Sam logged into me, but I didn't really see how he did it. So... But I got his email, and he sent me the code, and that's why. And then I dropped into the stream to talk, and I do have control on his stream if he chooses to let me. But he needs to schedule the one for Friday, and he's not quite sure how to do that. So I hit create destination. When I went to click destination, when I logged in his back end, it gave me a drop down and it had YouTube. I clicked YouTube, and then I seen myself, and then it was going to send a code to my phone. So I'm not sure what I need to do there. So. Oh, tomorrow. Okay. Tripod will get with everybody tomorrow, and we'll get it figured out.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
So this guy here is the... Oops, wrong camera. That camera. This is my big printer that I just got recently here, is the Mingda Rock 3. There we go. The Mingda Rock 3. So this is 320 by 320 by 400, I believe. And so this one, if you look, the build surface is already toast. basically. I don't like these
Yeah.
build surfaces. This is the early Creality Day type build surface. It's crap.
Yeah, they
So
don't hold that well on. Yeah, I don't like them either.
Yeah, but I can't find yet a good flex surface, flexible build plate for a 320 by 320 yet. I'm thinking either that or I'm just going to get a piece of glass for it.
Tim from TH3D might have them. Wham Bam might have them.
Okay. Yeah,
And
Wham Bam, they got 330 by 320. It's hard to find a 320 320. So
330, 320. Well, if you got it a little bit too big, you could try to cut the edge down. And if it was a hair too small, that would be fine.
too big on the Y isn't so bad.
Until tomorrow, I got a 15% off code for Wham Bam, only good for February. Anybody buys anything from them, you get 15% off store wide. But that ends tonight.
Let's see. Let me switch back to this.
I bought
this one, but it's a little, and depending on what I'm printing, if I put this on there, it might not be so bad, because then I'm losing out probably 5 millimeters on each side.
But you're not going to use that anyway.
No, I'm not. So this may just be a good solution right here.
Yeah. As long as it's big enough to cover the area you're printing, it's all you need. So just interchange what you got.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've got to do some more printing with this printer. I've only printed 3 jobs on it so far. So,
and then if somebody in the stream goes, well, that's too short on the left side, pick it up, move it all the way over to the left, and then zoom in and say, look, it's flush.
Yes. Yeah. I will. That'll be for the 50% Droid project. This printer. So,
hey, 3D Maker Hub.
Hey, 3D Maker Hub. Yep. Your Ender 3.2 is a slipping. Your Ender 3v2 as a slipping back right leveling screw, so the spacers would fix your problem. Okay. So I'm assuming you think one of your back right leveling screw is slipping. I don't quite understand that, but I haven't tried those other solid spacers in there. What did he say they were? Acrylic. Let's see. Let me scroll back here. No. Did you post that link for Shadowfang? Did you post that link yet?
I never seen him post it.
No, I didn't see it either.
I told him to shorten it up, and it'll post, and I can go to it and check it out.
Radmaster says use a nut on the bottom side of the bed. Here, let's go back to here. I don't need to be the star of this whole show yet. There we go. I got 2 stools. I got this one and one back here. That's for my guest that comes live when this stuff is all done.
Mm-hmm.
These were free. These were one of the tenants moved out of our building in the office tower I work in, and they left a whole bunch of stuff behind, including 2 of these drafting stools.
Can I show you what I'm printing on my Delta Flsun right now?
Yeah, go for it. Oh, wow. Okay.
I got that off of Thangs. That's that dice tower. It's really cool. It prints without supports. It's got a spider on the top. I'm printing at 100% scale. And I went to your overlays under brand on the right. If you go to overlay, you'll see where I just posted that at. So whenever you want to add pictures, you just go right next to where this is, and you can click and add it, and then you can click them off and on, and then delete them as you want.
So if I click that, it's on and then off. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then if you want to delete them after I have a guest on, I'll have them send me 10 or 20 pics. I import them one at a time. That way, if they share a screen, they're not as big. When I show them like this, they're much bigger, and you can see them better. And then when you're done with them, you just click them and delete them. Right. Okay. So anyway, that's how that works.
Okay, Mark Baker, thank you for popping in. I do appreciate it.
Take care, Mark.
Every Sunday, Mark, 7 o'clock, I do a stream. And I can't wait to see you guys when all this is done. We will come for a visit. And tell the wife hello for us, and I will give my wife and baby M a good, long hello and kiss from you guys. Mark's a local friend of mine here. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he's been a Facebook friend of mine for a while, but I've never met him.
Yeah, he got me into 3D printing.
Like most people, I got a lot of friends, but I've never actually met them.
Yeah.
virtually met him. So,
Oh, Shadowfang posted that link. Okay.
Talking to people all the time and getting to know them like this, you can figure out what kind of a person they are, just like you work with them. I mean, you get to know them by their comments and what they do and don't do over time.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
let's see if I find that link. I don't think. Why didn't it show up on the YouTube screen?
Nightbot says Mark Baker is spamming.
Terminated. Stop spamming symbols. Warning. What? Now, what's this Nightbot? Is that that must be somebody on here watching?
No, that's a program you got running.
I have Nightbot running?
You must have it running. Type in nightbot.com. It'll pull up another window up top. It'll say you're logged into your stream. It monitors your chat. You can do giveaways and different things with Nightbot. You can have it post links for you. Just go to nightbot.com. And if you don't want it to run, you can, what's it called? Leave channel or leave stream or whatever it says on Nightbot.
Nightbot.com.
Okay. Here's Shadowfang wants to drop in without a mic. So
okay. Sounds good. So how do I
not
bring
connected.
him in? Oh,
Okay.
So Jerry, what I like about that dice tower is it's not obviously a dice tower when you look at it. It's pretty cool.
So you drop the dice in through the eyes, and it comes out
and
the
it rolls
mouth?
them. There was
Okay,
somebody
very
on
cool.
Twitter that printed one in rainbow. It looked really cool, and he threw some dice in it.
Very cool.
So I'm doing one in resin. I'm doing a test print, one real small. And then so I got a Wham Bam build plate on my new resin printer, so I'm doing a real small dice tower on it. And then if it comes out good, then I'll make it bigger.
All right, guys. I'm gonna say good night and thank you for letting me come on. And
Yeah,
Matt,
absolutely.
see ya.
Anytime, Matt. Take care. Thanks for popping in.
Thank you.
Take care, Matt. Yeah, Shadowfang was still black. He couldn't drop in, so I clicked on the 3 dots. I hit kick from studio. That way it removes him from down below.
Oh, okay.
Now, if anybody logs back in and you see them and they're active, then you can put them in the stream, but he wasn't active.
He wasn't active, right? So yeah. Was the mic wasn't active or something? This Nightbot thing is weird.
Okay, Shadowfang dropped in and put it in private chat. Let me click on it and see what it is.
Oh, I see what he did.
Okay. All right. All right. You see it? Or here, I'll repost it. It's a nice looking anodized wheel. So he just dropped in, I guess, just to post it. So
I don't see. Why don't I see private chat?
On the right side.
On the right. There we are. Oh, okay. Let me click on here.
Here we go. I just posted it.
Nice. I like the blue.
Thank you, Shadowfang.
Yeah, thank you. Silicone leveling column mounts. Look at that. Oh, I like that blue color. It's very cool. I've heard pluses and minuses about the silicone leveling mounts. So, yeah. There we go.
And then if you don't want it to do this, see how everybody gets small and their name goes away and it pops it up? You can change that setting so their name stays there and it just comes across the bottom. So if there's somebody on the bottom, it might block them, but that way you're not popping people in and out constantly. So I changed mine.
Oh, okay. And where do you change that?
Let me think about it for a minute. It's here somewhere.
So that's going to be probably under comments. No, settings. Guests. No.
Yeah, it says shift video. Okay, I unchecked it. Okay, that should be it. Okay, try it now. Throw a comment up. Yeah,
there we go.
Okay, it's still taking away the names, but at least it's not blinking people in and out.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay,
and then they changed the layout. You can make the layout square. You can make them rounded. So there's a lot of options you can play with.
Yeah. Here. Yeah. I'll play with this a little bit this week as well.
And then the number one thing I like about this is if you want to go offline and just chat with, like, say we wanted to chat but not go public, we can log in just like this and just never hit the go live button. You can talk privately as much as you want.
And even when I hit end broadcast, we're still in the back in the green room sort of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing.
So I guess with the silicone spaces, you're still adjusting them with the knob. You're adjusting the height, but the silicone spacers resist compression even more. They don't settle over time, I guess, or not as much, probably than the springs do.
Yeah, I figured earlier your printer didn't came, you threw a fit, you started drinking, and you passed out or something because you never ended the stream. You didn't pop up. But Astro Printer a couple weeks ago went live, and I was watching it, and I wanted to be there to watch your whole stream while I'm working in my hobby room. And he said, "Wait a minute, I got to fix my camera." And when I went over to my screen to adjust the volume, I accidentally hit pause. I sat there for an hour making comments in chat, waiting for him to come back. No one ever commented to me that he was live until I finally realized it. So once I realized it and I hit refresh, the printer was already built, and he's already halfway through his stream.
Oh, geez.
Just an error on my part.
Yeah. Well, I remember when I first started going live and doing my Sunday streams, you may remember this. I made a mistake. I did a countdown timer of like 8 hours. and I was live with this little thing countdown timer for like 8 hours or something, and it was like I didn't realize what I had done because I didn't actually do the schedule on YouTube. Instead, I just thought, well, I'll go live and tell people I'm live, and 8 hours, and it was just rookie mistake. So,
and then every time I go live, whenever I post it like a week in advance or whatever, I copy and paste the link on Twitter and my Facebook page, Facebook group, and then the day of, I do that again to help remind people. And I used to go live to Twitter and Facebook, but since I'm trying to grow YouTube, I'm just going live on YouTube and sharing that link. And then Marcus has shared it for me before also in different places. So I appreciate that. So
there we go. AliExpress 320 by 320 flex plate. I'm going to look at that. Yeah.
I retweet most of your guys' YouTube stuff. You know, Tripod, Tim, Jerry, all you guys. When you post on Twitter that you guys are going to go live or something, I definitely always, or even you have a new video out.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I retweet them.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
My wife was talking, Marcus. I didn't hear you.
You have to say it again. He didn't hear you.
I said I always make sure I retweet you guys when you guys post new videos or that you guys are going live, because my followers are going to want to see that content too. They're following me for the same reason I follow you guys. So
Chris Travis says show his last comment.
Yeah, that was the one about AliExpress.
Oh, okay. All right.
But so a lot of people recommend going with the silicone spacers, or even getting rid of them entirely once you go with ABL, once you have automatic bed leveling, because obviously you don't need the spring as much anymore. You're going to trust that that ABL to prevent the collisions with your bed, in the nozzle.
I had a crazy problem that might be good for everybody to remember. I've got a CR10 Max. It's a new used printer. I bought it from a friend of mine, and it's new to me, but he bought it like a year ago from Tiny Machines. And in the firmware, it's set up to be it's 450 by 450 by 500. But in the slicer on the machine, it says it's 470. And and I had it set to 500 in the slicer. What was that? Yeah, I set it to 500 in the slicer, and it printed fine. And then I had a problem with the print, and it blobbed up on me and made a huge mess. And I had to heat up the hot end. Took like an hour to get it cleaned off. And then when I went to do the next print, the BL Touch would only home half the bed, and it kept starting over. And it kept homing half the bed and starting over. And it's like, what in the hell's going on? I didn't break nothing. And then I realized, because I went into Simplified 3D and I changed the bed size from 500 to 470, it was screwing up auto leveling, however it computed it. So I put it back to 500, then it printed fine.
Okay.
It was just kind of an odd error, but usually if something goes wrong and it did work fine, just retrace your steps and figure out what you did since it worked fine. That's why when people upgrade, they say don't ever upgrade more than one thing at a time. So if something doesn't work, you don't have to, you know where to look.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Dixon was asking me what the blue flex plate I had. This, I assume you're meaning this one here, Dixon. Let me do this. Assume you mean this one here. This is a BIQU, and it's actually quite a thin flex plate, but it works really well, and I haven't had any trouble adhering PLA PETG to this at all.
It sounds metal.
Is that metal? Amazon. It's metal.
That's how they made Thunder back in the 30s. It was
like this.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's got to be loud. Sorry, everybody with earphones.
It's not.
So yeah, but that's pretty decent. Heat bed steel sheet. I just bought them off Amazon, and yeah, it comes with the magnets. I've got a few of these actually. I haven't put on my Ender 3 V2s yet. So, well, the other two I have at the my downtown office. So, Dan, how are you, Dan?
Dan the man. Here, let's check it out again.
Dan, I'm going for about another half hour till 9 o'clock at the latest. If you want to pop in, this was my failed Delta. Oops, my failed Delta stream.
But we can look at mine.
Yeah, but we can look at Jerry's Delta.
I'm so happy everybody told me to buy this. I love this little printer.
Really there's a link at the top of the chat there, Dan. I was planning on it, but hey, next Sunday, guaranteed, it better be here. Okay, Travis, take care. Or Chris Travis, sorry. Take care. Thanks for popping in. We'll see you next week or during the week or Friday. Pop on the stream on Friday.
3 or 4 days ago on Amazon, I ordered one of those eccentric, not an eccentric nut, the thing I put on the Z-axis. What's that called?
Anti-backlash nut.
Anti-backlash. I ordered one off Amazon. They said to deliver it the next day. That was 4 days ago, and it still hasn't came. So yesterday I ordered 2 more, and Amazon brought it out this morning. So it's like, the mail system is always screwed up. One day you get it, and the next day you don't, and then it's a week later. It's always something crazy.
Right.
Radioactive sent you a picture of a large Delta. A friend of mine, Walter, he works for Counting Cars here in Las Vegas, downtown, Count Customs. Mm-hmm. They have a very large Delta, but it's a Delta style. It's made by, what's it called? Trax or Tronics or something like that. It's red, the logo, and it's like 15 or 20 feet tall.
Oh, wow.
It's really huge. And I guess they're going to be printing some things for upcoming episodes on Discovery. Tronics or Tranix or something like that.
I'm going to find, the issue I have right now is, so I have, I see. So if I click Save All Attachments to Desktop and save, I'm just going to bring these photos that he sent me in. Let's see. And where did it save them to? There's that one. I'm going to try your little trick there, Jerry. And
yeah, just go to brand overlays, click on the plus, and bring them in one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, I believe those are the 2 that he sent me right there. Okay.
And then while you're in this particular category, the comments, as people leave comments that come over to StreamYard, you'll see them build up. That's why sometimes my screen, my wife will yell from another room, answer his comment. I'm in the wrong screen. I can't see the comment.
Desktop. Yeah, I'll get.
I think I just clicked you out because if I click on something, it's probably doing it on your side too.
Oh, okay. And I believe that, and then I'm gonna. So there we go. Okay, there's the Anycubic Delta that he's talking about.
Nice.
I see that. Nice. And then, so I can only bring one at a time in. Okay. Oh, no, I can add one right there. Okay. And then there's a second one. And I believe that was this one.
And then if you want to share a screen off a second monitor, you go down below in the middle below Marcus, and you click share. You pick on the monitor. It shares, and then take your mouse to that other monitor and control it. But the sound won't share, so you'd have to you can't pipe the sound in when you're playing a video, unless you take your mic and put it up to your speaker.
Yeah. Now, is there such thing? Now, I noticed this is a Bowden. Is there such thing as a direct drive Delta? I wonder.
I would imagine.
Or could you convert? Would that be too heavy? Does weight matter on a Delta?
If it works, why not? If it's not broke, don't fix it.
But
I'm just curious. Yeah.
Deltas can supposedly print really fast, and I think part of the reason is because of the lightweight on the head, the head. But if you add weight, you're probably going to make it slow, so you can print slower.
Yeah, mine's only printing at 50 or 60 millimeters a second. I haven't cranked nothing up.
But I guess you're not going to run TPU on a Delta.
Take care, Dan.
Not with a Bowden tube that long. Yeah, you have a good night, Dan. Yeah, and
if you had Capricorn tubing or tough tube, sure you could.
Okay.
Just, because if the bigger the tube and the flexible the filament, the longer the run, the more it kind of does this, and you have a retraction problem.
Well, he says that is direct drive. He's going to send another pic. Oh, interesting.
Never let the machine win. Says most direct drives would be way too heavy.
Yeah, for most regular deltas. Yeah.
And he says this is a direct drive here. So that's a small direct drive. He's going to send another picture. Interesting to see.
What do they call that? A reverse direct drive where it's got Bowden going in, or I forget how that's set up. What's his name in Arizona was talking about it. Lightspeed was talking about a reverse Bowden, I think it's called.
Oh, okay.
It's a direct drive, but it has a guide tube that goes down to the hot end. That's what it was, and it's gear driven from the motor. But it still has a Bowden just to feed it to that point. But it's being pulled in at the motor at the hot end. That's a reverse Bowden. Okay.
Okay. Weight would make the ringing worse. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Zach's got that string drive. You're talking about the string drive printer he's building, old curmudgeon?
Cable-driven direct. That's right, cable-driven. Okay, it's like a throttle cable type thing. Yeah, so you don't actually have the motor mounted to the head. You just have a cable going.
Yeah, once you get the stream set up for Friday, tomorrow, whenever we get all that figured out, once you post it, each person can go to their channel underneath that video, and then they can edit it and put their information under it, like their links or whatever under it. So you'll create it, you'll put the title, and you'll put the description, and then once it posts to everybody's channel. And another thing, when people watch it, if they wanted to, Marcus made a comment that he was hearing feedback running 2 streams. He was joking, but all he has to do is to mute one and have multiple windows open and only have his speaker running on one of them. That way, that way you're still watching everybody's stream. You're giving everybody a thumbs up, but you're only hearing the audio come out of one. So, is that what you were talking about, Marcus?
Yeah, I tried it just for fun. I actually had the sound on all 3.
Oh, okay.
And it was like a super echo, but but yeah, then I muted all but one, obviously. But since the people in the chat were slightly different,
that way you can see what people are saying everywhere. Because during the stream, whoever's controlling it would have to throw all the comments up. Otherwise, you can't see what they're saying on the other channel. So, and then when somebody donated $100 to me, it's like, where'd that come from? I didn't know which channel it came in from. And then Tripod got a donation of 10. But once it went up to the top on your side, like to Tim, when you get a donation, it'll sit up at the top, and then each channel would see that. Then you know where the donation, where it was sent to.
Right.
So, anyway.
Yeah, I don't have a super chat button at this point. So,
are you monetized yet?
No, I'm at 450 subscribers.
Okay. So once you get over 1,000, you get 4,000 watch hours, and then YouTube has to get around to doing it, which might take a month or so. They'll confirm your banking information, and then you'll be monetized. And then every time you set up a video, you post a video, anything, you go into your tab where you edit everything, and you click monetization, and then you hit save, and then it sets it. So
okay, let's see this picture from Radioactive, the direct drive. Oh, there we are. Okay. Oh, so the extruder's just a tiny bit higher than the hot end. The feeder's a little higher than the hot end here.
That's kind of a drive. Okay.
It's a direct drive, but there's still that little path there with the Bowden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
very cool.
Top mounted on the outside of the frame, so it's different. I don't know much about Delta, so I can't talk. I mean, I know my other machines inside and out, but I'm new to the world with Delta, so.
Yeah. So it's a short Bowden. Very short Bowden, yeah. Like
somebody said, I mounted my hot end. The extruder is called, the hot end is called something else on the Delta. I forget the name of it, but someone made a comment online that I had it turned around the wrong way. Now, I don't know if they were just trying to be funny or what, but I went ahead and unscrewed everything and I repositioned it. The boat still kind of runs out the side the same direction. So I guess it didn't really matter whether I spun it this way or that way when it was mounted.
Yeah, I can't see why it would make a difference, but
then somebody in my video, they go, "Hey, you forgot to put 3." Oh, Chris Travis said that I forgot to put 3 screws in the top, and I did. So I thanked him, and after the video, I went up and I put 3 screws in. I forgot to put in.
Oh, okay.
Oh, anyway, but yeah, it's real simple to put together.
Yeah.
The instructions, everything's on the PDF file on the SD card. The paperwork doesn't have instructions, but it's real simple. And this morning I was taping a video. Yesterday I was taping a video, and I was in OBS, and it was recording. My mic was working. I always test for a couple minutes, and I listen to it to make sure it worked. And then I started taping, and I take the flex plate off my resin printer. I pull off the Wham Bam mat. I stick it on. I apply it. It's done forever. And then I talked a little bit, and I went to stop my recording. It was already stopped. It's like, oh no, I didn't tape any of that. My hard drive was full, and I had to go delete a bunch of videos. So then I came back and I said, well, you didn't see it, guys, but I lost my video. So here's what I did. And I talked about what I did, and then I'm continuing. I'll get it probably put out tomorrow, but there's no way I can unstick that and redo that part. So I just had to talk about it.
Yeah.
It killed me.
I thought you were going to say you hit the button and you thought you were recording it, but you're actually stopping the recording.
Yeah.
Not that you ran out of hard drive space.
That's what I thought I had done, but no, I guess ran out of room and it just stopped itself.
I used to work in film production. When I say that, it was never actually film. It was always digital from the beginning. But I was the assistant director on quite a few sets, and we I don't know, sometimes you just have people who don't have a lot of experience running cameras, because there's all independent film stuff, and you have some less experienced people running cameras, and you run the clapboard, you make sure they got the camera rolling, and they say rolling, and then you say action or whatever, and it turns out they hit the button, but they didn't actually look to see that the red light came on. So we always, you can't just push the button, because sometimes you miss it. Sometimes it was already recording and you hit it and you turned it off. So you always got to look for that red, that shows that you're recording before you say you're rolling.
Bloopers on YouTube are hilarious to watch from different news people, the bloopers. And then on Facebook Live or Marketplace, whatever it is on Facebook, there's all those bloopers that people make, but they're obviously staged, because most of that stuff you wouldn't have been taping, where they do a gag on the husband or a gag gift on the wife or a prank. And it's certain things that would never be taped, but it's funny, but it was staged. It was obvious it was staged, but.
Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't be rolling unless we knew that some gag was going to happen, right?
Hey, Dixon, because Dixon has a whole bunch of these Flsuns. I leveled the bed, a day or two ago, Dixon, and it's been printing fine, but I'm slightly off center. So when this print gets done tomorrow or the next day, whenever it gets done, I'm going to put that little magnetic sensor on and rehome the bed, because it's not directly in the center. It's off just a little bit. It doesn't affect it, but it's not quite in the center.
Okay, I think I see. I just uploaded a video clip to my video intro, and so I see what'll happen is I'll upload your video intros, and so it'll just one after the other after the countdown timer. You uploaded the countdown timer video, didn't you?
You have that? No, that one came with Stream. The one you have came with StreamYard.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah, and then I found one on YouTube that I used that that plays the BBC News music or whatever it is.
Oh, yes.
So
okay.
When you go live, run your countdown timer and then pull everybody out so people don't see us sitting there, and then run your intro. And then instead of somebody else run the next intro, you run all the intros.
I'll just run all the intros.
Right when it's stopping, run the next one, the next one, the next one. When you play the last one, then pull everybody in. And then when it starts and you talk, they talk, and then everybody's talking to their own channels, like this. So
yeah, that should work. Yeah. Okay, and then there's where people have their fancy backgrounds. I see, because you can put a background image in there. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, just Google any picture, any space scene, any Google cool pics. and just download anything, and then you throw it in, and you just click on it. It throws it up.
Yeah, all my videos are bloopers. I won't lie. That's funny.
I don't save my bloopers because it takes up too much hard drive space, but I always screw up on my beginnings. I'm like, hey, everybody, how you doing? This is Jerry from 3DHP. And then I trip over my words. I don't, all the time I say the wrong thing, or I lose train of thought and I got to stop it and redo it.
Well, the one, I guess you call it advantage or disadvantage of live. And remember, my most viewed live stream is my Anycubic putting the 22.8 stepper drivers in when I had a stepper driver upside down and there's smoke coming out. That one's got almost 3,000 views now. And just, I don't know if it's because of the smoke on it or if it's just because people want to see how to upgrade those drivers, but it's funny that the video where I almost burned my board out has the most views. So.
Yeah. Marcel, you have 2 channels. You should have an intro, right? Tomorrow, when you log on to Tim, when you log in through Tim, like I am right now, you can simply go into his StreamYard, like your StreamYard, and you can upload the intro.
Under the brand, under the videos. And
Dixon, I picked a bigger Delta. I wanted to simplified 3D Dixon. I picked a different Delta, and then I changed the bed dimensions. It was like a QQ or something, and then I simply changed the bed dimensions to 200 by 200, sliced it, and I'm printing. And I picked, it was round. I just picked 200 by 200. So
let me try something here. Oh, look at that. Okay, I just uploaded a background to try it.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. Cool. Looks good.
It doesn't really fit.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit, but I just wanted to see what it looked like. Okay, very cool.
And then people do this a lot, and I don't like that mode because you can't see everybody.
Yeah.
And that way they're all spread out. And you can simply put your mouse on anybody on the screen, hold down your left button, you can change your positions. You can just drag them around.
Yeah, okay. So I can...
So just click on the... Here, I'll let you do it. Just click on the different buttons, and down there you can figure out what does what.
So I can do that. I can put you down there. Oh, look at that. I can put me down there. Yeah, very cool. And then I know somewhere here... I can change the shape of the chat of our names. Now that is, I believe,
probably under settings.
Yeah, let me have a quick look here.
And then if you want to solo anybody to take over the whole screen, down below where you brought them in at, you click on the gray box where it says solo layout. I try not to do it. I try not to do that because then everybody else that's on as a guest is, they're not like part of it. They're hidden in the background.
Yeah.
And then if anybody pulls into your stream, they start saying something you don't want to hear or whatever, just click their microphone down below and you can instantly shut them off.
Oh, there we go. Right there.
Yeah. And you can make it whatever color you want.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Or block. Yeah, I kind of like the minimal because it's sort of... It's the red has my brand. I like that it's red because it's got my brand in it. Yeah. And I can run a banner. Oh, I see. The brand color is there, so I can change that color easily. Just like that. Okay, very cool. Okay. It's like a kid in a candy shop, Jerry.
And one other thing. When we're multi-streaming, if you type in StreamYard a comment and you post it, it'll post it on everybody's stream as if that person posted it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So if you're only posting to your channel, type it on YouTube in your other window. Because I done a test before we went live. Tripod had said something under my video, so I went to StreamYard since I logged in early and I typed a comment. And Sam Prentice on his stream was like, I didn't type that because it said Sam Prentice had typed it. So if you type in StreamYard, it goes out to everybody as if each one of those people typed it.
Interesting.
So,
okay. There we go. We got a banner. Look at that. Okay, very cool. That is interesting. Okay, so if I want it to go just to my viewers, it's got it in the YouTube window.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, we have one person popping in. I think it's just audio. Hey, Mark.
Hello.
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
Just getting dizzy watching your pictures jumping around.
You've got to
Yeah,
mute
Mark,
your,
mute your YouTube, Mark. We can hear the feedback.
yeah.
Yeah, it's because it's playing on my TV.
Okay.
Where is that?
I'll just mute that until he gets it fixed.
Yeah, I think you got it.
First time I popped in one. Yeah, that sounds better. First time I popped in one, I did the same thing. It was like echo, 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 echo. So you're getting dizzy watching the pictures move around?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, watching it on that big screen will do that.
And then when we done the droid video, I had a banner at the bottom talking about whatever our subject was about the droid build along with us or something. I don't remember what I had, but I let that run to try to. So.
Yeah.
And then if you have a PayPal link that you want to show, post that on YouTube. Once you post it, then hit the 3 dots and hit pin. And then you can pin it to the top and it'll be there at all times. Or PayPal, I mean.
Yeah. Okay. So I want to check Amazon. Oh, that's not the right Amazon page.
Mark,
Amazon.
I recognize your name, Mark. Haven't you been on my live stream before in the past?
I was on one of your streams the other day, or you were with the guy with the big robots in the background.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I recognized your name. Yeah, Sam Prentice.
Yeah, Sam. Oh, yeah, I'm in Toronto.
Nice. I've been in Toronto. I went to Toronto for the film festival one year.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was the year after 9/11, I think. So
There we go.
it was hectic getting there, but once I was there, it was fun.
Yeah, it's for the most part, it's an okay city. Lots going on.
I don't miss it. I grew up there.
Tim, did you pick 1080p for this? Because it doesn't look like 1080p.
Edit. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. No, you're right. When I look on YouTube, it doesn't look 1080p, does it? I wonder, is that under settings? Camera?
Yeah,
Advanced?
but 4K, it didn't look that great. I'm surprised.
Okay, the camera is different. Audio, general. I'll have to figure out where to switch it to 1080p.
Under general, right there, you can't do it now. It says broadcast quality 720p. See it?
Under general.
Under settings.
Settings, general. Broadcast. Oh, there we are. Okay.
You're already live, so you can't change it. But for your future stream, since you're paying for it, always click that to 1080p. That way you get the highest quality and your guests popping in look the best.
But then my head will shine even too much. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, that as much as you're paying, that'd be the number one feature you'd want right there. Other than 8 destinations, you get 1080p.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I will do that. And once I set it, it should save it.
Sorry, Mark, is ACI in Toronto, the company that makes graphics cards?
I don't know. I was looking at the trade shows upcoming, but the ones for 2020 have all been canceled, or 2021 have all been canceled. So the next show for 3D printers isn't going to be until 2022.
Yeah, I've been waiting on the Olympics for a couple of years. This really sucks, all this crap going on.
Yeah.
And what's sad is that a lot of people in the Olympics, I mean, other than what's going on and people dying, but you know, the Olympics are every 4 years. You might have trained for your whole life, and you just missed your one and only shot to do whatever it is you've trained for.
Yeah, that's
and you might have already missed it, and then you can never do it again. So that's a shame.
Yeah, they've already canceled it. They're not going to do it until the next time now.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people that have trained forever that can't even compete because they can't, you know, their time frame is done.
Yeah.
Damn shame.
Yeah, I have an aunt who's big into sports, and she's kind of upset she hasn't been being able to watch much of her sports in the last year.
Well, a lot of
Yeah.
movies and stuff we like to see, but they're not coming out because they couldn't film them. A lot of things
Yeah.
haven't been done.
Yeah, I'm a big moviegoer myself, and I haven't been to one in over a year.
Yeah, I watch
remember-
everything from home usually, but yeah.
Mini Mousy Droid.
So the reason I asked about ATI, so when we went to the Toronto Film Festival, it was me and my wife, we stayed one night with a friend that she used to work with when she worked at Procter & Gamble. And we went out to eat with them one night. And he could tell, like, he was excited to tell me where he worked. He was like, "Hey, Marcus, you play video games, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, guess where I work?" And he's like, "I work at ATI." And I completely spaced. Like, I did not, because I had NVIDIA. I never had an ATI card, but I'm like, what is that? He probably thought it was, that I didn't actually play video games, but I just totally spaced on the name. But later on, I realized what he was talking about. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
ATI is like a gamer's video card?
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
a 970 in the computer that I have here, and my main computer, which I used to play in VR a lot. I got 2 different VR headsets. I got a 1080 Ti, and when I bought that card new, it was $1,000 for the card.
Oh, wow.
It's not worth it now, but that's the bad thing about computers. You spend $4,000 or $5,000, and in a couple of years, there's so much better out, and now what you have ain't worth much, and it's constantly stepping on itself. Electronics, it sucks.
Yeah.
Graphics cards are expensive because they're still really good for mining Bitcoins, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
Well, the graphic card is still your one of your slowdown spots on the computer, so that's why they've now all got the RAMs built into the cards and everything to help speed up the refresh rates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Radioactive's talking about NASCAR still running. When I walk out my front door, I live in Las Vegas, Nevada, right by Nellis Air Force Base. On the other side of the base, across the desert, the Speedway, that's where it's at, and I can hear it from my house.
How do you level the bed on a Monoprice PM10 Mini 3D printer? I have no clue. I've never seen one of those printers. Is there no leveling screws on it? Monoprice, let me look. Monoprice PM10.
4 years ago, when I got into 3D printing, somebody said, "Don't buy a Delta. The beds they're hard to level. They're a pain in the ass." Well, I don't know what they were talking about then, but there's nothing to level on this. The center does it, boom, it's done. It's perfect. The bed doesn't move, so I don't know.
That's probably just the older technologies. They've made so many changes in the last years.
It looks like the Monoprice has an assisted bed level sensor. It doesn't look like a BL Touch. It looks like a proprietary sensor for it. Leveling is easy with a level sensor. It will detect differences in the bed, which allows you to set accurate Z offset. So obviously they've got from looking at this, there are no leveling nuts on it. So it's just you're depending on the bed sensor. And then once the bed sensor is leveled, which basically is going to allow for any discrepancies in the bed, then you're just going to have to adjust your Z offset so you have the proper Z offset. Similar to the Delta you got, Jerry, just there. I like the way it levels. You throw that thing on, it does its mesh leveling, and then you go ahead and you lower it and you adjust your Z offset.
Yeah, it's like a laser basically, and it's magnetic. You just unplug it and put it in the bag. Mm-hmm. And the little sample of filament that I got, which I threw like a frisbee in the video, but then I'm like, you know what? Why not use it? Okay, here's what you can print with that much filament. I done the nut and bolt, and I done half of this little case for flash drive. So that's how far the little sample went.
So they gave you enough to run the one sample, anyways. At least,
yeah, it's got the nut and bolt, and then it's got a little elephant or something. So
and so obviously the filament worked pretty decent, considering. I've had sample filaments that have been too big to go through the Bowden tube. So.
Yeah, Creality printers used to have CC tree filament with them, and for like 2 years, I never ever used none of that filament. And then for a long time, CC tree was giving me a good deal on filament, and it was softer PLA than others, but I had no problem printing it. It's just people assume with the printer it's garbage film, and usually it's not. But people just, I don't know. I don't like sample packs, but I've been using them lately. And since I got the Delta here, I'm going to start burning up all my samples, printing this and that to try it out. I need to use them up.
The thing that excites me about the Delta is the fact that you supposedly can go print a lot faster and still get the same quality. So we'll see.
Yeah, I heard somebody say they don't like to print slow, but you can crank them way up. So I'm retired. I'm not in a hurry. It's fine.
I'm with you, Jerry.
Yeah, I have no reason to speed up, sell past it, and go.
No.
I'll kick up another printer, but keep it at 45 millimeters per second. I guess if you have one printer, maybe you're in a hurry to get it done and start the next thing. But
I was talking to my sister earlier. I called her, and she doesn't, she's not into nothing. She's older, like 10 years older than me. She's like, yeah, I seen you bought another printer. I said, well, I got to make content to get more subscribers. I got to make videos. So I said, yeah, they sent me another printer. I didn't tell her I bought it. I said they sent it, meaning Amazon. So that's kind of a word play.
Yeah. Oh, they did send it.
Yeah. She's assuming that it was a freebie or something.
Yeah, I've not been sent anything free yet. So let me see.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah, you have, Mark. Yes. I just want to see if I can do this. Too many cameras and that's not the best looking wares for a Prusa. Come on. But anyways, let's see if this actually shows up. So this is just me practicing. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to switch. Look at that. I love that bronze, silk bronze color that I'm printing for the robot head.
Nice.
That's going to look really sharp. So I just decided, I've been printing all the pieces using one printer or two printers, and I thought I have too many printers sitting around.
Take care,
and that's when I thought, see you, Dixon. I thought, let's print it in different colors, so I can throw different color filaments on different printers. So I may be a little behind on the building stage on Friday, depending on how my week goes, but I'll have most of it printed. So,
hey, reverse Mark and Marcus, because Mark don't have a picture. Marcus is behind your emblem. Just drag it.
Okay. Let me do this, and we'll go like that. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry, Marcus, I had you behind my emblem. So
yeah, Mike said there's no such thing as a free printer. If you're a streamer and you get something for free, you're right. You got to try it. You got to build it. You got to test it. You got to make videos. You got to edit it. Technically, they should be paying you for all that. But if you're a person that just got it free, you're never going to post anything online anywhere, then it's a free printer. But for most people, no. You put so many hours in just trying to do the reviews and building and testing and all that stuff and posting and pictures and write-ups.
Thank you. Teal.
So is 10,000 subscribers the magic number, Jerry, you think, where people start just sending you stuff?
Typically. I mean, you could be a smaller channel and have, I don't know, it depends on your content if you're smaller, but typically they want 10,000. My Facebook group, I've got almost 6,000, but they don't really care about that. But it depends on the person and the channel. So, but yeah, typically it's 10,000. Crowley sent me a printer. I reviewed the Ender 3B2. They sent it to me. They haven't sent me any others. And TiVo did last year. A year or two ago, I got one from TiVo. But typically it's 10,000. Because they want return on their money. They think if they give out one free printer, all these people watching the videos are going to run out and buy it because that person showed it. Well, it depends how popular that person is. It doesn't really matter how big his channel is.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people watch and don't subscribe.
Well, it's 9 o'clock, guys. That's sort of my little over 2 hours. So I'm going to pop you guys off and close the stream off. And thank you guys, Marcus, Mark. Your voice is always welcome. And Jerry, I appreciate all your assistance with my stream tonight.
Not a problem. Yeah, I'll get hooked up tomorrow and we'll get all this figured out.
We'll get it all figured out, and I'll become an expert like you eventually. So
not an expert. You're always learning. You never stop learning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks. Good night, you guys, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Hey, Tim.
Sorry, Mark. I just hang on. Mark, you have a question?
Yeah, the Ender 3, it does have a sock on it.
Oh, does it come with a sock? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah.
I wasn't sure. Good to know.
I put it on your text earlier, but you missed it.
Okay. Talk to you later.
How
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Marcus. Take care. And thank you, everybody, for joining me on the stream tonight. Again, sorry about the mix-up between YouTube Live and this live. And I've kind of got this all figured out now. And tonight was supposed to be a Flsun Q5 Delta printer build, but my printer didn't show up. It still hasn't shown up. So I'm going to be on the phone tomorrow about that. But the plan is here to have that printer do a live build next Sunday. I will make sure it's here. So I will be rescheduling this printer build for next Sunday. In the meantime, check out my stream, Jerry's stream, Tripod stream, Sam Prentice, and I believe there's going to Off Axis, I believe, is going to be. Anyways, for the second droid build, it's going to happen Friday at 5 o'clock Mountain Time, 4 o'clock Pacific Time, 6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern Time. So it's going to be fun. There's going to be 4 or 5 of us streaming with this new second droid, the T-Do. Anyways, so check us all out. Join in everybody's stream and help support our channels. And everybody, thank you for the likes and the subscribes if you're not subscribed to my channel. And we will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, keep a level head and always keep a level bed. Helps print better, okay? Take care, guys. Thank you for joining me again, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.